Hi, my name is Rainar. I've been working with QA and automation for a little bit more than 10 years. So, out of that past 8 years, I've been managing testing, quality assurance, and quality engineering departments. I've built and lead QA and QA teams internationally in Europe as well as in Asia. And I think automated testing is a topic which has become more interesting through the past few years, especially with the tribute of continuous delivery and agile. I've been working in this field already for quite some time, so I thought it would be interesting to share my experience. Before we started to build up automation at InnoGames, one of our major products was tested by an external team of 4 to 8 people here. And there was always a lead time of 2 weeks added by the testing. We did some calculations and realized when we would invest the same money spent during 2 months uh, on an external team, we could already automate the entire regression test suite. Plus, we could have had the release out 2 weeks earlier. Another important aspect, in my opinion, is the feedback, rapid feedback. So imagine a development team without automated testing. Developer creates a new feature, integrates it into the product, and the feature would be probably tested a few days after it has been integrated. If a bug is found, tester is logging the bug into the bug tracker. Then product manager needs to pick it up from there, prioritize it, and then maybe after a week, maybe after a few days, developer gets to fix the bug. So basically, the developer needs to leave the current features behind and slip into what he was working on a week ago. This is really time consuming and causes non-complete features. With automated testing, developer creates a feature or fixes a bug, integrates it, and automated tests are triggered. When a test is failing, developer fixes the defect, runs the test again, pass, integrated feature done. So if you continuously are testing your product, you are saving a lot of time, which your developers are spending on reworking the code. So I would say automation is cost efficient. It gives you immediate feedback and increases the overall quality. I think the biggest challenge is breaking away from the old habit of only doing manual testing. So development teams usually invest a lot of time into improving the development processes and tools, but testing and processes and tools are not getting as high priority. Quite often, I've also seen the development teams which have switched to Agile have chosen to run QA as a separate silo, which is non-Agile at all. In order to efficiently build up automation, you need to develop automated tests, really any kind of tests, as part of the product development. So at InnoGames, when we got started with automation, we first had to create the correct structures and adjust the processes in order to enable automated testing. Automated testing is also a collaboration between testers and developers. So testers who usually take the initiative and get started with automated testing without any support from the developers, they usually get stuck because of lack of knowledge in the development area. So I would say creating the structures that support developer-tester collaboration and getting everyone's buy-in to the priority of automated testing are the main challenges. First of all, the most important skill is understanding the testing process. Also understanding the different test types and the levels. Manual testers have often the approach that they are not separating test levels or testing types. So one test case might, for example, contain functional tests as well as visual and performance tests. So some of the tests obviously are more challenging to automate than others, and if you combine several types of tests, you end up pretty quickly stop trying. Coding knowledge is important. So testers doesn't necessarily have to be coders, but in order to write automated tests, some level of coding knowledge is required. So when we started with automation, we had a team with a bunch of manual testers. So And to get those testers into automation, I just started to teach them basic Java. So how to do like really basic arithmetic stuff, about data types, about loops, if else statements, and so on. And we were dedicating every Friday 2 to 4 hours to get up and running with coding. And after 2 months, we were already so fit that we built an Android application together. I think another important technical aspect is also basic knowledge of technologies used in the project. So you can't expect someone having no idea about HTML and JavaScript to write automated browser tests. For HTML-based web applications, Selenium has been standard for several years. When it comes to free mobile testing tools, there are also a couple of solid frameworks available, such as Appium and Calabash, for example. In games development, the front-end technologies used here are much more advanced, and usually the mainstream tools don't support interactions with the application. So we have gone for an hybrid approach. We are using Selenium where we can, and we have extended Selenium's capabilities for our needs. So basically, we have built tools for Flash, we have built tools for Unreal Engine, Unity, Cocos 2, the X-based applications testing. So to make it less time consuming, whenever we start to build a new tool, we are always building our testing tools as Selenium remote WebDriver implementation, and creating a plugin that interacts with the underlying technology. So we can have the same platform for running and scripting the tests, and this is saving us a lot of time. Yeah, there is often a question that development teams are facing. So, who is responsible for creating automated tests? So, having developers creating automated tests, that is probably the fastest way. But then again, we would miss the QA insight into testing. And it also might happen that the tests are just passing when they shouldn't. Having dedicated person for taking care about the automated tests, that would mean a learning curve each time a new feature is handed over for automation. The approach that we are using at InnoGames is all our testers are also responsible for creating the automated tests as part of the testing process. So we are avoiding the learning curve and errors developers could make when writing tests. But I think it also depends a lot on the team setup and the development process. So automated tests for sure they have to be developed as part of the product, and yeah, that's it. Who is creating them should be a team decision.